Greetings. Introducing Voices of Festival, a brand new podcast series from the International African Arts Festival, created to keep you connected as we count down to our 55th year of culture, creativity, and community. Each week, hear directly from the artists, dancers, musicians, vendors, and community members who make this festival an unforgettable experience. Tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. on YouTube for Voices of Festival. Celebrate the culture, feel the rhythm, be part of the journey. Greetings. Barigani, Salam Alaikum, Hotep, what did I miss? Alafia. Welcome to our maiden voyage of Voices of Festival, presented by the International African Arts Festival. We are glad that you are with us. I am joined by my co-host, Sahkeena and Nzingha Kinard. I'm Akinwole-Bandele. Those of you who have been to festival probably remember my face and my voice. And we are reaching out now to continue to connect with our audience. We don't want to just see you at festival and then, like lovers, we only see you the next festival. We are going to keep you connected. And so that's what Voices of Festival is all about. Sahkeena, welcome. Good to have you. Tell us a little something about yourself.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you, Baba Adeyemi, for that wonderful introduction. My name is Sahkeena Nzingha Kinard, and I am excited to be here to host this podcast representing the International African Arts Festival. I have been coming to festival my whole life. And, I really believe in the preservation of our culture. I've been a dancer, I've been a performer, I've been a vendor, I have directed fashion shows, and I really love festival has been a pillar in my life. And so I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Well, glad to have you because you provide another voice as we move forward, because we want to make sure that we can hear from the generations that have been engaged in festival.
Exactly.
Myself, since the very beginning. We must, however, mention that you are not disconnected from this because your father and your mother were both very active and part of the festival.
Yes,
Stan Aye was with us at Boys and Girls High and just did so much to support us. But listen, this is our maiden voyage, and certainly it's most appropriate that we are joined by the chair of the International African Arts Festival, Dr. Segun Shabaka. And Dr. Shabaka, we want to welcome you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. for having me.
Yes, sir. So, Segun, let's just jump right at it. We've just concluded back in July, Festival 54. Give us a little recap how you thought Festival 54 went, what you thought went well, and what could have been improved on.
Well, I appreciate the question, Brother Adeyemi and Sister Sahkeena. If I understand correctly, I thought this year was a good year. It was a good year in that I think the people enjoyed and appreciated festival. I think we hit new markets, new first timers. I don't know, you were on the stage. You have to ask me, how did you sense the response when you asked the question, is this your first time? Did we see a lot of hands up? Or we need to ask, is this your first time in 5-10 years? That might need to be the question now with this history that we have, and some people not having been back maybe for a while since COVID, etc. But I sensed a good response from the audience, from our patrons. We had a good program. Brother Jamani did the programming this year, and he did a great job. We had great artists. We had great weather. You know, we always usually anticipate at least one rain day. We didn't have any, and so that was a blessing. And of course, financially, we never get what we expect, but we did okay. Let me put it like that. We did okay in that people gave, I would say, not the requested amount, but the usual the usual minimum amount. And so you know, we didn't walk away too bad. We still struggling to come out of some of the debt, but we had a good year all around. I would say all around it was a very good year for us.
You know, in preparation for this, we went to Beware, who is our producer, beat us over the head consistently to make this happen. But also, Sahkeena raised an important element, and I'd like her to share what it was that she wanted to hear from you.
Yeah, exactly. Baba, you know, festival is, you know, the outcome of the East. And, you know, we really wanted you to talk about how festival began from the beginning, you know, for people who don't know or have never been to festival before.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Adeyemi can chime in on this one too, because he was there before me. I came about 6 months after the organization came in. I got involved as a volunteer at the East Cultural and Educational Center for people of African descent. That was in 1970 for me. It started in 1969. And the East was the premier Black Power organization on the East Coast.
Wow.
We divide the Black freedom movement. We don't say civil rights movement. We say Black freedom movement. And we divided it into two phases. That is those of us in the Kawaida movement under Dr. Maulana Karenga. And we say that there was the civil rights phase, 55 to 65, and there was the Black Power phase, 65 to 75. And within that Black Power phase, you had conferences, you had a lot of organizing around Black self-determination, linking with Africa, and not just seeing ourselves as Negroes in America or Black people in America. And the whole conversation now about African Americans comes out of that Black Power phase. And so the East was a part of that phase. And a major organization and institution in that phase, in that it built numerous institutions that was involved in numerous struggles during that time, whether you talk about health, police brutality, education, links with Africa. We were involved in it. I like to tell people.
And the Caribbean.
Lisa May?
Yeah, and the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah. Africa, the Caribbean. I mean, that is a story in and of itself. And we need to have a program on that, because I've been doing some research around that. And it's phenomenal what the East did. I say that the Black at the East, we organized around everything. I don't care what it was, whether it was police brutality, education, Africa, the Caribbean. We organized around even too much salt in the government cheese. Okay, we organized. Okay,
well, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal to see what, you know, festival has become coming out of that cultural organization, you know, and then all of the institutions that were built coming out of that and that exists to this day, you know, and it really highlights Black American cultural communities.
Yeah. And
So,
I don't think we should take lightly the development of individuals coming out of the East. And we could identify not just myself having developed in the East, Adeyemi, other people around the country and the world, but even students, the education they receive, their consciousness about who they are. Because I did a program with some of the students the other day, about a month or two ago. We had a program, actually about 4 or 5 months ago, around alternative jobs like in government and skills, electricians, and things like that, carpentry. And we had some of the students on, and they are, they are doing some great things in how they approach their work, how they see themselves in the workplace, not as just job beggars, but people with consciousness and organizing their fellow workers, and they have a sense of identity, purpose, and direction. And so the East did that for a multiplicity of individuals. And, the effect is being felt. What we haven't done is harness that energy the way we should, and kept it going.
I would give it to you that you kind of have harnessed the energy, Baba.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what festival is.
I mean, maximize that potential of it, maximizing the potential and harnessing all those individuals now that are out there. That's what I mean. We always got to do more.
As we move forward, what is it that's needed to accelerate? And first of all, for us to maintain what we have, but then to grow. What are we looking at?
Well, there are numerous tasks before us in terms of development. One is we have to prepare more community people, young people, to come in and start fulfilling some of the tasks. Right now, the board is a lot of individuals. Some of us are up there. We're not tired, but we up there, and we realize, our mortality. And so we have to prepare young people. A lot of times we think we see it and we say, oh, okay. Some people realize it's no easy task to do the festival. Some people realize that, but others think, oh, yeah. And it's not, you see it is one thing, but there's a lot that goes into festival. There's dozens of coordinators inside festival that make it happen. Dozens. And so the coordinators need coordinating. There's resources. There's day-to-day management. Right now, festival has an office. It has tasks that it has to carry out to keep going. So today I met with the parks commissioner and his staff out at the new venue. We don't want to talk about that yet. Around next year. So it's a year-round operation, and we need more people to get involved, to volunteer. And for me, I think the key is people getting involved, volunteering, and then we have committees now, and so people need to get on those committees and help out. And I think the new leadership will emerge from those people. That's where it will come from, people doing the work.
Now, for folks who are joining us and are watching this, how can they volunteer?
Again, we have volunteer coordinators. So, but I'll give them my number if they want to volunteer. I can give them my number as a start, which is 917-309-0728. And my email is Shabaka@Mindspring. Shabaka, Shabaka, at MINDSPRING.com. Mind like the brain, spring like the season. And again, the number 917-309-0728. and I can put them in touch with uh, the coordinator, and also they specifically know what they want to do. We can guide them to a committee, and that's what we're
Okay.
trying to develop.
And
But
people
I'm
can
sorry, Sahkeena,
also
hold one second. Sahkeena, hold one second, please. On your screen, you're able to see where you can contact us also on Facebook and on Instagram. Okay, so those of you who are interested, you come out to festival, you say, man, this is great. I wish I could do something. Segun, we're going to take a quick break and let our viewers have a little snippet of what they either saw at festival or what they missed this year at festival.
Why don't you let Sahkeena get her question in real quick?
No, I was just gonna highlight the social media the same way Baba Adeyemi did. Yes. But, it was very nice speaking to you about the beginnings of festival. We appreciate you.
I appreciate the question.
All right.
Is he, and as long as our people think the way they think, we will never be able to do what we as a people
make
should
some noise
do.
for Sahkeena, yo. Light force on the trillion, lights on the ceiling. On the universe I travel, light beams are staring. Flowing through the cosmos, searching for the antidote. Ghost disguises, hope proposing, toast and blowing smoke. I'm focused on the calligraphy and the message behind the notes. No, I will not fall for the same things anymore. The blues and the news, rock shooters sleep on day wage. War, so, yo, forget that, fight back, architect, engineer, new world, paradise, the devils know it's here, it's an infinite showdown for the possession of your soul. I'm at the big bay with the sensei, who is your rain, and all go like cloud. Laser beams explode through my third eye. Wow, we doing CPR, zombies and Bed-Stuy, curing disease is possible. Magic Johnson Hospital.
All right. That was Jamed, one of the groups that performed this year.
Yeah, shout out to
let me
John
just-
Medicine,
let me just-
Dr. Sis, and Zakia, the dancer. Mhm.
Yes. What I wanted to mention, and thank you for sharing who they were,
Mhm.
is that we were surprised because one of the founders of that group is actually a board member of the festival. And so it was exciting to see somebody from within who then showed us what else he's into. Really, really powerful piece, serious message. And Segun,
There you go.
share a bit about the thought that goes into the artists who perform at festival.
Well, it's simple, but it's complex. In that, positive Pan-African artists, but it's complex in that we have to go find them. They're around us, but we got to find them. We got to check them out. And then we got to, work out the finances, etc., with them. So it's a challenge, and budget-wise, it's a challenge, because people want to get paid, and we have to negotiate. That's why the artists, the staff, the board is why I say festival is a multi-million-dollar operation functioning on a few $100,000 because everybody's making sacrifices to bring this event. And so,
well, Baba, can you just highlight, some of the artists that have blessed the stage in the past? Because from my experience, back in the day in the 90s, I remember, artists, a lot of neo soul artists that blessed the stage, and I would say, festival really kind of birthed neo soul in a way. All of those neo soul, and when I say neo soul, I'm talking about Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, Music Soul Child, India Ari. All of these artists, from my knowledge, have performed at festival, and from that from that stage, you know, their careers just blossomed. And, you know, I'm sure you guys can list some artists, some well-known artists that have blessed the stage over the years, you know, in terms of our history and 50 years worth of it.
Well, let me let Yemi start, and I'll chime in.
Well, for a lot of people, particularly coming out of my generation, Fela Anikulape was a major, major force. But we also had Hugh Masekela, Third World. We had some of the artists out of Trinidad, Calypsonians, who performed.
Sparrow.
And what's interesting, though, is that these artists, you mentioned this before, though, have always been messengers. They've always been artists who have been on the forefront of keeping the struggle alive. They were cultural warriors, and that was always significant for us. You know, when we began under the leadership of Baba Jitu Weyusi, the East itself always featured progressive artists, from Max Roach, and you named them in the jazz sphere. And then Sahkeena then talked about the neo soul folks. So we've always tried to keep a message in the presentations. We've also, and we didn't mention this, and I'm surprised Sahkeena didn't talk about it, have had some of the most incredible dance companies nationally and internationally.
Yes,
and you might want to talk about the fact that the way we've designed it now, that at festival, we always end off with a dance company to just keep that energy alive.
Yebo,
Segun, would you address this piece, though? Because this is what some people may not be aware of, particularly when it comes to the messenger in the hip hop generation, because we've had to steer away from them, not because their message was not significant, but there were some other challenges that posed for us.
Well, the language and the positivity of the language, and the you know, we're a family affair, so we don't allow all of the profanity that's a lot of times people feel they have to put in their art, which is really lacking the creativity that it needs to be, because you have to get that message to as many people as possible. And a lot of times it's adult sensitive. And so we are trying to speak, festival is a family affair. And so we say, I feel that any artist that comes on that stage, they should be talking to the family, and the family should be able to stay there and listen. Nobody should have to cover their child's ears or eyes. And so, you know, we want all those senses working for everybody in the family. And I think the challenge with a lot of the hip hop artists is that they.
Let me jump for a minute, because our time is kind of moving quickly. But the point I wanted to make, however, was that for those progressive hip hop artists, it impacted the insurance that we had to pay.
Not.
Could you talk about that real quick?
Any hip hop artist, we couldn't get insurance of late. Okay, we couldn't even get insurance. So you got to really search for someone to provide that coverage in the last few years, because of the incidents that have happened around that art form, that genre. It's hard to get insurance to bring them to the artists, even if they are progressive, to bring them to the
right.
I will highlight one artist that I'm aware of from like back in the day, where the crowd was just like phenomenal. And I was a youth. I wish we had a Generation Xer on that, you know, would experience the performance from Little Vicious. But Little Vicious, the reggae artist that came at Boys and Girls, I mean, the crowd was crazy. I mean, there were people bum rushing and push because we were so excited to see him. And, but still with all of the pushing and shoving, there was that we were safe. We were all, and what you speak to in terms of festival being like a family reunion. I mean, all generations of the Black family was there, and you knew
Sahkeena,
that you were
Sahkeena,
safe.
I gotta cut you. I gotta cut you because our time is almost gone. And
Okay.
Segun, I need you to address the drive for 55. Talk about that effort, please, as we close out.
Okay, well, this is our 55th year, 2026, and we are trying to get a pledge from 2,000 people, 2,000 festival goers, fans, supporters to send in $55 or multiple of, so that we can clear up a lot of a debt and put ourselves back in the black since COVID. So 55 for 55 years.
Okay.
2,000.
And our dates for 26?
Our dates for 26 are going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Okay. Sahkeena, can you remind our viewers how they can support us again, please?
Yes, everyone. You can like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas, if you have any stories that you want to share, please send us info or any commentary on our YouTube channel, Facebook, or Instagram at IAA Festival or at IAA Festival. On Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And we are looking to push to have 10,000 subscribers. And again, please make a pledge for our drive for 55. We are based as a grassroots organization. We always have been. And this is the pillar to preserve historical societies foundationally. So your pledge means the world to us. Thank you.
Segun, you have an event that's coming up. You want to talk a bit about the symposium?
Yes, on the 4th of October, we have in our 36th annual symposium, which will feature speakers, a film on, by the way, the principal of Boys and Girls High School, Dr. Frank Mickens. So that will be the opener for that event. We'll be at the Restoration, because if people remember, we did have some problems with boys and girls. With the school across the street from the festival. And so we have had to postpone the symposium. And the symposium is like the intellectual component of the festival, where we bring together major scholars, activists, intellectuals, and we talk about the myriad of challenges facing the Black community. And this year's symposium, we have a arts panel to talk about arts, community development, etc. We have Karen Mason, we have Rashim Sahu, we have Preston Riddick, and we have Sister Ruby Inez Williams. These are all artists that produce for and educate and teach art, okay? In the community. We have a Sister Camille Mbayo talking about the crisis in the Congo. We have Brother Michael Tillotson talking about Black people and the need for us to build our internal capacity. We have from Our Time Press, David Greaves. We have Tareen Wright talking about, she'll be speaking on the significance of Booker T. Washington and his ideas around skills and Black community development in the mega era. We have Brother Watella Ibn Youssef from in Cobra, who will be coming in to speak on the reparations movement. We have Jamila Carrington, Dr. Jamila Carrington, who will be speaking on our mental health. All right. So it's going to be a very strong program to discuss the issues that we are facing in this era. Okay. And that's Saturday. You can go to the website. There's a pre-registration that you can complete, save some funds. And please pre-register, go to the website, and you'll see the registration information.
So the website is iaafestival.com?
Yeah, info@iaafestival.org. Info@iaafestival.org.
That's the email address, but the website would be iaafestival.org.
Yeah, www.iaafestival.org. Correct.
That sounds like a powerful symposium of community leaders of cultural arts organizations. So
yes,
yeah.
It is.
Segun, as we close out, I would be remiss to not mention the fact that you were also the editor of Black News for many years. And I think right. And I think it's significant that we have always felt that it was important to have a communications arm, because we've got to be able to tell our own stories. And so Voices of Festival is in fact our new communications arm, even though we also had several radio shows that we designed and produced. So it's in keeping with our continued growth that Voices of Festival now becomes our vehicle to communicate to our community. And in fact, you mentioned Inez Williams. Her husband, Kofi Osei Williams, will be our guest on our next show. Kofi is the executive director of Asase Cultural Arts Foundation. He has worked very closely with us. And one of the things that we intend to do through Voices of Festival is to highlight other cultural organizations who are also engaged in presenting, preserving the culture of our people. And so this is important, and we hope that our viewers will spread the word, that they will come back. They'll be with us every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. to continue to get the information. Our format will look at festival information. We're going to highlight vendors, artisans who have been a part of this journey, but we're also going to look at hot topics, things that are going on in the community. And then lastly, we want to look at relationships, because in movement, relationships are extremely important. And so those are the parameters that we have for festival, and we look forward to you all continuing to join us as we move forward. Sahkeena, remind folks again, because some of these folks as old as me, how they can support us.
Like, comment, subscribe. We want to hear from you. Please send us messages on Facebook and IG at IAA Festival, and like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and please join us. We are preserving our culture. Thank you.
And Segun, again, Drive for 55, what can they do?
Well, they can send their pledges in via our website. There are numerous platforms they can use. They can send it by Zelle, by PayPal, by Cash App, by check, money order. They can mail it in. So and if they got any inquiries, please call the number at the office, or my number I just gave out. The office number is 718-638-6700. 718-638-6700.
All right. As we close out, we want to honor and lift up Brother Heru, who made his transition last week. This ankh that I hold was made by him and given to several of us as from the East. And so we honor him, we remember him. I want to thank our producer, Damon Beware Van Zant, who's been kicking our butt over the last week or so in order for us to produce this show, but we appreciate him and we thank him. We also want to thank the Ishangi family drummers for the music that they provided for our intro. So, folks, we want to thank you all for joining us on this maiden voyage of Voices of Festival. Until next week, be safe, continue to struggle. We love you.
Thank you. Sante.